Hi guys, it's John Macho Juanito. This one's for my pack, my 10 person group on Facebook. Just an update on Monday afternoon around 4 o'clock. Less than that, it's about 3 o'clock. Hot day, hot day. But it does get too cool for me at night, especially if I'm not moving a lot at night. It's part of why I end up walking all night to stay warm. And I end up wearing three t-shirts and two sweaters. And when the dampness sets in overnight, which is so damp here in western North Carolina, uh, I still get cold. Now, I want to do show and tell about my incredible gifts from ABCCM. I'm outside ABCCM at 24, uh, 24, I forget the name of the street here in Montfort, lovely street. Uh, yeah, so I've been asking every place for weeks and weeks to get a rain shell. They scored me a Patagonia rain shell, large, great, nice color. That is awesome. I'm so totally tickled about that. So that's rain is certainly the bane of the homeless person, and but even the dampness, the fog, it's been very foggy the last couple nights. That's just like the air becomes liquid. So I think this will keep me warmer. And also, it's ironic. Oh, they're coming in. It's a bombing run. Very likely a helicopter going to Mission Hospital. Uh, it's ironic to be wanting a sleeping bag, but I do get cold by the end of the night. And they got me a really look at this, nicely packaged little sleeping bag. Uh, my favorite place to stay lately has been on a bench up above Aston Park tennis courts. Uh, I even met a terrific 60-year-old lady there the other day who hopefully I'll run into again. Uh, so, yeah, this will be night 5 of being out on the street. And I keep running into people who believe that my leaving the rescue mission uh, was some kind of a self-indulgent thing or a whim or I just wanted my freedom. No, I knew, I knew when I stood up to Tony, the boss, the dictator, the absolute phony, pretending to be a spiritual teacher but really a bully. I knew from the first night he led meeting and prayer that he was a self-important, pompous guy who just loved to throw his weight around and that we wouldn't do well with each other and that I could do everything I could to stay out of harm's way, just keep my head down during the spiritual talk, give no indication of how I'm responding, because I thought it was all phony, baloney stuff. Uh, but he's got a crew around him there now at the rescue mission, even though I've literally never encountered a person on the street who has had a good word to say about that place. He's got a crew of cheerleaders around him right now. It's like the MAGA base, because they really are falling right in line behind him. But I saw a tragic example of what it's like. There's a young black guy who, when I saw at A-Hope this morning, he said, "So you left?" And he had been there. He had been in the room when I said to myself, Tony has already given the words that I have to go out 8 to 4. All men must go out 8 to 4, regardless of how old and how sick. Because I had the terrible cold that went through the whole dorm and my own urinary tract infection, which they've stopped trying to treat because they don't want to use so many antibiotics on me. So that makes me doubly sick. So I had said, could I please have an exception from the 8 to 4? You've always got to be out of the dorm, not women, but only men. No, no exceptions. And then, so when I was taken to doing was when they let men back in at 4, I just go straight to bed and skip dinner and skip breakfast and just try to get some sleep. Well, Wednesday night last week, the dorm director comes around and slams the side of my bed and says, everybody has Wednesday night meeting, mandatory, you have to go, and then it'll be chapel that Tony will lead. And he says, I know you're super sick. If you nicely ask Tony to please let you go back to bed, he just might do it. He might do it. If you be nice to him, he'll be nice to you. And I said, I doubt it, because I don't see him operating that way. He likes to be the boss and no exceptions, and kind of it's a cross between military barracks and some kind of indoctrination camp, because you have to pretend to be Christian there. But as I was over in the mess hall waiting for Tony to show up, I said, prepare for a good experience. Prepare for him to say, yeah, good, I'll cut you a break, go back to bed, and then I'll be nice. But I knew in my heart that it wasn't going to go well. And I've known from the first time I laid eyes on him, the second day I was there, that eventually it wouldn't work, because I don't let people push me around. It's my integrity, man. It's what has gotten me here. It's the reason I have thrived for 5 years before I got sick, was by not letting people push me around and not letting people tell me what to do, or pull a kind of a macho one-upmanship by being the coach when I haven't asked for coaching, telling me how to use my time, etc. That doesn't go well for me. So when I said, Tony, I would like your permission to go back to bed. No exceptions. So I said in front of the whole group, and I have a pretty good speaking voice. Oh, no, stop doing that. The grocery cart. Well, this is a complete hypocrisy here. The sham of Christianity, when really you're just a bully and like to throw your weight around it. What would Jesus do? Would Jesus tell a 78-year-old man, there's no exceptions, he's just got to go back to bed, you got to stay up no matter how sick? No. He says, well, then you're uninvited, you have to leave. And I said, I'm glad to leave, and did indulge in a juicy bit of profanity, telling him what to do as I left. And at the very least, even if nobody else takes me up on it, it showed them that you could stand up to the tyrant. And so when my new friend, Chris, who I talked with at A-Hope today, young black guy, I just encountered him over here. He came over here for food because he got thrown out of the dorm today himself. In the morning, he had been saying that his plan was just to keep his nose down and not get in trouble. Well, they smelled grass on him, and that was all it took. You know, Haywood, the motto is using or not using, we take you as you are. That's sure not the motto there. I really felt for this guy, but we have a new friendship, and that's nice, because we see each other at A-Hope. Yeah, and I have renewed my, I'll say more, I have said more other places about what went on for me around Haywood Street Church, which is in some ways a perfect match, except for the politics of what I call the aggressive edge of modern, citified, well-educated white women feminists. Having been a feminist my whole life, or as close as you can come as a man, since my 20s, I really don't like the way that crew of women are treating men in America. And my experience of 2 years in Mexico showed me it doesn't have to be that way, where the women are super liberated, and they will say right up front, I love my man. I love my man. And they will also say, I love our crew of men, this class, this group of young men, 20s, 30s, 40s, are so great. They're not macho, but they're masculine. They love being men. They're proud to be men and hang with other men. But they're so wonderful to their wives and kids. It's not like that here. John Gray in Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus said, guys just want to be told they're doing a good job. Man, if you give your man a little regular dose of, thanks, buddy, you are being a good partner to me. Men thrive on that. They want to make their woman happy. They want to make their woman laugh. They want to make them happy. And women in the U.S. are just not given much of that these days. No, you're doing it wrong. You're toxically masculine. You never hear that crap in Mexico. Okay, just 10 minutes. That's where I like to stop, if not earlier. Have a good day. So it's on the street again tonight. I'll go back over to Aston Park, but I'm well loaded now. I'm going to go back in here and send this.